Let's see.
Oh my god, my Colin slot 6 rune. Oh my god.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I have to be kicked as well from Alpha.
Oh! Wow! Good game, man. This is how you build an effective Colleen right here.
Yeah.
Don't go over +3. +3. The more you go, the more chances you have of getting stunned. Okay, just don't even upgrade it. Oh man,
That's what happens because the rune is orange. So I had no clue this was +3.
So everybody that's tuned in, joining us here, part of that notification squad, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys didn't see the video that we put out earlier this morning, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Instead of the R5 carries, we're going to be helping out some of the up-and-coming players that are starting to transition into the R4 atmosphere when it comes to Rift of Worlds, right? So we got Mr. Solarizard in the house from the Epicfil Alpha community. How are we doing, sir?
Fine. How are everybody there?
Let's see. Stout Brew's doing pretty good. He's back at it again. Let's see. And we got I'm gonna say I don't know what the abbreviation is, but it's FRTY pants. I'm gonna get PNTS. I don't know. I remember you had problems with carrying one of my guildies. XD3 says X Destroyer. He says. Yeah, hey, just between you and me, X. That's why we're doing this R4 because I can't even handle R5 anymore. So yeah.
That's because I wasn't there.
Exactly.
Yeah, but now we won't have any trouble.
Exactly. Don't worry. That's what Solo's here to do. He's here to carry me, and then I'm gonna pretend to carry you guys. All right. Dirty Curdy with the double or nothing gamble here. Let's go ahead and get it. Lamented Ashes. We want to grab him real quick. We'll grab him real quick. All right. Lamented Ashes. We'll take a look at your team here. Obviously, you look like you know what you're doing. So
yeah,
but, we'll take a look here. We'll hop in there. Let's go ahead and we'll just wait for everybody to ready up. All right. Let's see what we got in chat here. You just stopped by from Mars stream. Apparently he was drawing vague stuff. Oh, all right. Yeah, Mars is. I don't get to see him all too much streaming. All right here. So again, let's take a look at his team real quick here. I'm gonna start from the right side, moving to the left here with his Lisa. Overall, I think the effective HP is pretty darn good. The only recommendation that I can say right there is to, continuously work on the resistance aspect.
Yeah, at least 70%.
Yeah, same thing with regards to Colleen. Colleen's stats look good. The speed is great. HP is good for the back line here. Hua, what's your take on Hua right here, Sola? What do you think?
She's okay. I don't like triple. This is not broken, or yes, it's Blade Revenge broken. I would prefer Swift or even Violent, or even Fatal, but I think it works. It's okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, for me, I kind of go both ways here. I like stats over sets when I'm looking to build the team. So even though the Swift would make it easier to get the speed that you need, I'm okay with the broken set if it gives you the stats here. 17k HP with 800 defense is pretty darn good for that unit here. Zhao Lin, Vampire Revenge. I like the stats for the back line. Let's see, Diaz, overall, resistance is good. Double Revenge is good. With regards to Praha, I didn't get a chance to see those stats. I'm going to have to take a look at it real quick. But overall, doesn't look too bad. Just kind of keep an eye out for runes that are going to give you a little bit more resistance. But overall team structure, you got all the harmful effects you need. Front and back line looks good. Even though it's a 4-2 setup, that's all right. That's a great way to start out here. Praha. Yeah, Praha's speed. Actually, Praha's stats are really darn good here. Great defense, great HP here, great speed. So, right on. Let's see. Do we got anybody else here?
I think if he's going to aim for out of 5, Hua's gonna die. I mean, Hua's defense is not. She should have more defense.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, 1300. It is. Yeah. She's right. He's running a 4-2. He's running a 2-man front line. I think if he was running like a 3 or 4-man front line, he could probably get away with it. But I think her HP is actually pretty good. You can go back and forth on that. Let me see here.
Yeah, there he says Huada is in R5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the defense.
All right. Let me go ahead and lament it, since we got a couple people looking for some advice here. I'm going to go ahead and drop you real quick. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it, sir. Let's go ahead and grab John the Hokage here. Again, guys, if you're just tuning into the stream, welcome to the stream. We're focusing on just taking a look at its setup overall and seeing if there's any kind of advice we could throw their way. Obviously, for some of you big baller shot callers, you don't need any advice, right? But we're trying to give an opportunity for the people that really are looking to improve their comp or are having struggles or wondering why they are joining groups and everyone's kicking them out, stuff like that. So let's take a look. I tried to add John the Hokage. He didn't take my invite. Let's try Cali West. We do have a couple of people from the Epic Fail community hanging out here. We got Baker Summoner, Kakamak here. So if there's some people out there that are looking for a group, definitely keep your eyes out there. If we get a member of the Epic Fail community, they'll be creating a group and kind of assisting me as well as Sola with regards to some advice here. So let's see. This time, yeah, we'll start. I'm going to start from the right, work my way to the left. We'll look at the first 3 units here. Colleen, again, great stats here. Triple Revenge is really nice. I do like a Triple Revenge.
I like Triple Revenge.
I like Triple Revenge there to have a reliable attack breaker here. A little bit more resistance. Accuracy looks good. Looking at Hua, she's part of that broken set, category here. Speed, crit damage, HP.
Yeah.
Not a lot of attack there, but again, it's definitely gonna last here. You got any thoughts on that?
I think with the recent update of Hua, now she scales with speed in the second skill.
Correct.
So I think she will still do pretty decent damage, and this Hua is more tanky than the last Hua we saw. So this Hua can do R5, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Moving right into Zhao Lin. Zhao Lin, a little bit low on the attack and whatnot. It looks like he's running speed on 2. For some of you guys that are listening, having speed on 2 is fine, but with regards to Zhao Lin, great defense, low on the base HP. So if you can get the speed sub stats from the runes, definitely go that route. I don't think you need a crazy amount of substats, but just a little bit would help. Looking at Lisa, resistance could be a tad bit better, but overall pretty darn good. Stats look great for the back line. Could utilize it in the front line if you're running a 4-man there. Double Revenge Guard on Diaz. Anything to say about that? That looks pretty good, Sola.
Yeah, I like Diaz too on Revenge. Heal block and attack break are the most important thing, so he has that covered with Colleen and Diaz.
Yep. I'm looking at Anival right now, a little bit low on the resistance, a little bit, what is it called? Overall though, the stats to accommodate like a frontline Anival is pretty darn good. You can make an argument for dropping it a little bit, if you can, so you can get a little bit more speed. In addition to that, I think you're running Lisa and Anival. I don't know if for R4 if you need a double cleanse or whatnot, but I understand with regards to Anival, she's a really nice cleanser there.
Yeah, you don't need double cleanser, not in R4 and also not in R5. And what I want to point out about this Annabelle She has so low attack, and with that attack, she won't heal. She won't heal much. That's the truth. So I would try to increase her attack.
I agree.
Even if he loses some defense, with that defense, I mean, it's she doesn't need that much defense,
Right.
to be honest.
Right, and the HP is so good. I mean, you can make an argument for taking even if you wanted to go HP defense attack, that'd be good. But you might find yourself with your like I said, taking away a defense rune, going attack. I think it'll help a little bit more here. Again, Callie, thanks for dropping by. Hopefully you stay for the rest of the stream. Let's go ahead and see who we got else here. Let's see. I think that is it so far. If you guys just tuned in and you're looking for just a little bit of advice on your R4 team, you're looking to set it up, we could take a look at it real quick. We're going to be moving real quickly here through it. Obviously, R4 we clear pretty well. That's the first thing that I noticed here. We're clearing it so quickly that we only got about 2 minutes to touch base on it here.
Yeah,
Cool.
R5 is so fast.
Yeah. Cool Dude 94-3C says, do you think Lisa or Kona is a better cleanser with Kona being a smart cleanser? What do you think, Sola?
Do you think Lisa or Kona is better? I think Lisa is better because she also reduces cooldown on her allies, and that's more damage, that's more harmful effects, and that's less cooldown. So Lisa is better, in my opinion.
Yep. And one thing to point out there, since we are talking about R4, even though Lisa, and I agree with Sola, is a better cleanser, if you're getting just started out and you don't have Lisa's third skill maxed, Kona Mi is going to be a great free-to-play option, probably the best free-to-play option when it comes to cleansers here. So take advantage of it, because not only is it a cleanse, but it does provide a small heal. So that's really going to help you out if you're lacking the key units out there to provide yourself enough sustain to stay alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Kona will get the job done. That's no doubt. I mean, Lisa is better, but Kona will get the job done.
Let's see here. All right. So let me go ahead and let me see if I got an additional placement here. Anybody else that's hanging out here? We're in channel 402 on the global side, okay? Devil Raven, he says, can you explain why you need 70% res and only 50% accuracy for raids? With regards to resistance, generally speaking, one of the easier resistance leader skills to get, it's going to be a 30% resistance skill, and everybody's had that opportunity to do that with the recent Hall of Heroes anniversary, getting that Diaz, if you didn't get it in a previous HOH. So if you can get yourself 70%, combine that with the leader skill, it's really going to help you out, have a more reliable, consistent team, right? Everything that you try to do with regards to your team building, you can set it up the best way you can possible. But if you're constantly getting stunned, constantly getting harmful effects, obviously that's going to slow your progression down or slow that consistency down. And RNG is going to be not in your favor. So resistance on your healers and cleansers is extremely important. With regards to your DPS, I'd say focus on the overall stats, effective HP and whatnot. You can make an argument for resistance, but ultimately the cleansers should be doing the work, the healers and the cleansers to keep you at bay. So focus on the offensive stats as well as the HP and defense on the attack-based units, and then focus on your effective HP on the healers and cleansers, as well as the speed and the resistance here. Accuracy for raids, I generally recommend 30%. Sola, do you have a specific amount that you recommend here?
No, I'm checking my Colleen. She has 25%, and Diaz has 17. I have no issues with that. I mean, the more the best, but as long as you have something, it's okay. There's no need to have 85, 90. No need.
All right. Let's see if we can grab. Whoops. Oh, fail. I just clicked the wrong person. I try to grab Purple Monkey here. Jeffrey. I'm gonna send a couple invites here. If I don't get you right away, we do have a couple people chilling in the Epic Fail community, so don't worry, we'll get it underway here. Let's take a look here.
The white Anubis.
Yep. By the way, for those that are just hanging out in the chat, make sure that you do tag me at Shadows402. And if I do not respond right away, copy it and paste it back, okay? Because I can definitely miss something here. All right, let me go ahead and let's take a look at this team real quick, and then Lamented, we'll get back at your question here. Taking a look at Zaolin overall for the back line, I think it's going to be pretty darn good. A little bit low on the defense if you're going to be trying to run her on the front line. Hua, this is kind of going on line of Sola's recommendation, running the Swift Blade to allow you to get that additional speed, so you don't have to focus on running, if you need to, running the speed on 2 or whatnot, but it helps you get that additional speed that you're looking for. What's your take on this Faye here?
She's good. I would definitely try to build one of the Kung Fu girls on Vampire and use her on frontline, but I think the stats are okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, it has quite a bit of speed here, despite the fact that he's running attack or damage attack here. Pretty darn nice.
Yeah, nice violence set. Nice violence set.
We'll take a look at that double revenge. This guy's a beast. We done ripped through that. New record for R4 here. We're going for that sub 1 minute run today. All right. Let's take a look here real quick on the last few units that we didn't check out. Diaz was on a double revenge, broken here. Great resistance. Accuracy could improve just a little bit, but overall the stats look good. Running the Marna for his cleanser. Violent energy. Overall, really good stats. Nothing to complain about here other than the resistance. Again, it is a cleanser. It is a healer. It is a brander. And if you don't have enough resistance and it continuously gets stunned, it's not going to do what you want it to do for you. Any final thoughts on his team before we move on to the next one, Solo?
No, I think he can do R5 pretty well.
Good.
I don't think he has actually any issue.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing just fine. Let's see. Okay, so Purple Monkey, he didn't respond back, so I'm guessing he didn't need the group here. We'll get a second here. Baker Summoner, if you got a group going on, let me know, and then I'll just tell me who you grab so I can know here. We'll take a second to look at the chats. Lamented was talking about dumping Praha for Trisun in the future, possibly another DPS. Now, we rated with him a little earlier. That's fine as long as you have, if you're going to be running a resistant lead or a different lead, make sure that you have, all your, what's it called? If you're not running Praha for resistance lead, hopefully you got a couple other leader skills that you can throw in the mix so that you can assist your team. Praha's, great resistance lead, but her kit overall, the smart heal is great, but the first 2 skills you're not going to get a lot of value when it comes to like harmful effects and whatnot. So I like Praha, but I don't. I'm kind of back and forth. But obviously, if you have Praha, great smart healer for R5, great leader skill. Look at Nelly. Nelly, you don't need an R4. Your team is on point. Come on now. Oh, party was full. Purple Monkey says. Okay. Let's see here. What's your thought on a guard revenge tolerance Diaz? Me personally, if those tolerance runes give you the like stats that you need, great. I'd like to have, if I can do for some of these frontline units, I'd try to get at least a double revenge if possible. The guard is nice if it helps you get the stats that you need, but double revenge and any of those unique runes, when we're talking about enhanced tolerance, fight, all those are great. But ultimately, again, before we look at sets, focus on the stats, right? Even though some of you guys are thinking about R5 and beyond, In R4, it's all about the stats. And then after that, then start working on those unique sets that really make or break. Let's take a look here. Purple Monkey. Okay, I'm going to take a look at these first couple units here. Hua, just really quick glance on it. The HP is a little low. Defense is okay, but HP needs to be a little bit better. Critical rate needs to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Annabelle, Violent on this one here. Hey, now. Vindicated. What's going on, my man? Thank you for the host. Annabelle's looking all right. Not too bad. Speed, HP, attack. Get that attack rune on 6 leveled up. Get a couple of Devilmons invested into her because you're going to use her all over the place. What's your take on that Miang there?
She's okay. I mean, he has 3 cleansers, so no big deal.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great thing to point out here. When it comes to team composition or whatnot, obviously Annabelle is going to be providing the defense break, the cleanse, the heal, whatnot. You got Delphoy in there. Hopefully you can find another key unit to maybe swap out Delphoy with, unless you're really looking for the front line.
Absolutely.
I would probably take out Delphoy out.
Just bring Colleen instead of Delphoy.
Yep. Delphoy, or sorry,
Yeah.
Colleen's going to be a great addition to him.
Yeah, because of not only the attack break, but also the attack buff.
Gotcha.
If I'm not wrong, he has no attack buff.
Yep, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. I just noticed that now. So Colleen is going to be the biggest change that I can recommend, or we can recommend for you. One of the things that you people don't realize is like, out of all the teams that anybody's going to recommend, generally you're going to see Colleen in every single team. Now, if you guys are familiar with the Educate and Dominate Operation mid-game, once Love came on board with me, we did a big 5-part mini-series talking about a variety of things. We focused on Rift of Worlds in episode 4. He made the comment, and I passed it on from his mouth to you guys, is that Colleen is such a clutch unit when it comes to having 2 important harmful effects, the attack break and the hit point disturb. But even more so on the aspect of both of those skills are multi-hits. So when you have multi-hits, you have more opportunities to land the skill, if that accuracy is good. In addition to that, having that 100% uptime on the 3rd skill there with the heal, 3-turn cooldown for a 3-turn attack buff. Obviously, it's pretty darn strong. So if you guys are looking to build a team, like Colleen should always be in there to start. There should be no reason why you don't have Colleen. Colleen should be like on the top of your list when it comes to team composition.
Absolutely.
Anything to add there, Sola, on that?
Diaz and Colleen, I think now with the recent Hall of Heroes of Diaz, there's no reason to not have Diaz and Colleen in your team, unless you are trying some kind of super fast R5 team. But if you are struggling with raids, Diaz and Colleen, they will carry you, absolutely.
Yep. Let's see here. A couple of questions in the chat here. Spiro says, why do you have Kumar on the host and not Chandra, since Sandra has Defend? Funny. I like that. Ask Donnie says, does a Water Kung Fu girl need Vampire to be good in R5? I don't think it necessarily needs Vampire, but if you, she's such a key unit for the frontline because of her 3rd skill. Obviously, the front line's going to get attacked a little bit more. When that 3rd skill is down, you're going to have a better chance of activating this skill. It's going to allow you to chain effect the 1st and the 2nd skill if you're lucky. So having that chain effect gives you more opportunities to do damage and thereby get your HP back. So really, just overall, an amazing kit. That is why you see right now, I'm messing around with the double Kung Fu Girl since I pulled that Light Kung Fu Girl a few weeks back. So let's see. First time viewer, Loyalty Streams. Hey, thank you for hanging out with us. If you guys are just tuned in, we have Mr. Solarizard from the Epic Fail Alpha community. He's joining me today to help out the community that has questions with regards to the R4 team building. So, Grayus, it's good to see you. By the way, Sola, since we're kind of waiting here for a new guest here, you want to talk a little bit about how your YouTube channel and what you're kind of doing with it?
Yeah, I'm doing content it's in Spanish. I mean, I'm from Argentina. My main language is Spanish. I'm surprised that no one made fun of me speaking in English, because I'm pretty sure it's funny to hear me. Uh, so yeah, I do content in Spanish, because there's lack of content in Spanish, so that's why I started my YouTube channel. And I do guides, I do RTA, Guild Wars, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think anybody's gonna make fun of your English. Your English is really darn good. I'm actually jealous because I'm Puerto Rican, but I don't practice. And you know this too. I don't practice my Spanish as much as I will. So, Ilaria says your accent is beautiful. Let's see. Wild Hero says, "What are your thoughts of having a second Leica?" Honestly, I think having one Leica is great. I don't think there's any necessity for having a second Leica. So just keep it in the monster storage box. Maybe use it as a skill up for that future Dragonite that you get in a different element. Aviana, it's good to see you once again. Let's see here. FRTY Pants, I think. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Fiery Pants says, should I build a water Anubis to feed to fire Anubis? I mean, fire Anubis is pretty darn good. If you guys are playing around with regards to like Guild War defenses and whatnot, fire Anubis is good. But again, it all depends on the resources that you have to invest in building those and getting them feed out. Have you used Kamoon in Guild War defense, Solar, or do you use a different comp?
I don't use Kamoon much. I mean, I should, because Kamoon is a great unit, but I never spend the runes he needs, and but I definitely should. And plus, I'm waiting for more Anubises to max his third skill. I want to max the shield, and if I max the shield, well, that may change things.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Let's check chat one more time. See what we got going on. Judith, he says he'll try to do R4 here. We'll get you in there, boss. Again, generally we do the R5 carry sessions today. We're opening up the floor to anybody that's looking to have their team looked at real quick. Bear with us as we're going to be providing advice on both ends here. And I know that for some of you guys that are OP, we're going to be moving through these teams really, really quick. How to use the Rune Optimizer. HS, that is, we'll have to touch on that. That could be a a whole like 10 to 15 minute conversation here. There's a lot of things you could do. They've changed. I used to I used the SW proxy, but I think now they got a different exporter, SWEX. Sola, do you do all your Rune optimization just personally, or do you use like a Rune optimizer?
I tested Rune Optimizer one time because I wanted to know what was all about, but I know it's a useful tool. I won't deny that, but I prefer to do it by myself. I prefer to test by myself, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure that it's a useful tool.
Gotcha. I just took a look at Judith's account, so I'll give a quick overall analysis. I can't even say it here. Analyzing it real quick here. Lisa, speed, HP, defense looks pretty darn good. We're lacking on the resistance, guys. We need to have 70% resistance on those cleansers here. Nothing to pinpoint on Hua. Even though the HP is a little bit low, the defense is good in comparison to where you're at with regards to R4 and R5 here. Diaz, overall, resistance could be a little bit higher. Revenge, guard, energy is fine. Whatever you got to do to get those stats. Amarna is looking really darn good here. Violent guard, running speed, defense, HP here. Again, the resistance thing is going to be a crucial part. And then calling overall is good. Accuracy could be a little bit higher. And if this is your only attack break, which it is, I would try to get upwards in that 30% range. for accuracy if at all possible here. But could use a little bit more speed. But overall, really good stats for a frontline Colleen. Any thoughts on your end, Solo?
I see she died. So
yeah. Judith unfortunately died.
I'm trying to figure out what happened.
The only thing I can chalk up to that one, it could be RNG, but like we said there, we got 3 units there that are sitting at sub 50 resistance. So
yeah, the thing about resistance and why it's so important for cleansers and Diaz especially is because cleansers will cleanse your team, and that's key. But Diaz, because what makes Diaz so important is his passive. So if the raid boss puts Oblivion on Diaz, those 15% bonus you get, it just won't happen. So I think Diaz need 70% so bad.
Yep. And funny enough, I'm going to show you guys my calling real quick here. I was running a Violent Revenge Colleen for the longest time because it gave me the speed. Actually, it gave me pretty darn good speed, about 211 speed. And I used it for Necropolis B10, but ultimately I understood that I needed a little bit more reliable attack break. And I wanted to take away some of the units that I have on a violence so I don't, keep that counter climbing up here. So I'm running the Double Revenge Nemesis right now. Hopefully it can go Triple Revenge down the road, but speed, HP is my setup here. The big reason why I went here is because this gave me 70% resistance. I was sitting at 50% resistance for a very long time. Let's see here. We got Gian. Gian's back at it again. Let's take a look at his team. And I apologize, his or hers. I don't know your guys' sex, but I naturally say his, so my apologies in advance if you are a female or whatnot. I apologize. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the support base units real quick. As far as R4 goes, speed, HP looking good here on the Colleen. Keep on working on that resistance, like we said. Accuracy looks good. Beladion, speed, HP here. Resistance could be a little bit sharper. Accuracy is great. With regards to Bella, you use her in so many aspects of the game. It's kind of hard to build her for everything. Yeah. So just do what you can do on that.
I think it's okay, Bella. That might be a Dragon's B10 Bella also because of the accuracy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Konamiya, great stats. Violent Guard here. Speed is good. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing really to point out there. The resistance is where it needs to be. An amazing Theomars here. Wow. I think this is better than mine here. Great speed, great attack.
Better than mine too.
It's better than mine. I think I run a little bit more attack, but my speed is a little bit lower than yours. Violent Revenge, Young Fei. It is, look at that, probably speed, defense, HP, or defense, HP. Okay. Resistance is really good. Keep in mind that the violent sets are nice, but since you do have 3 healers already, let's try to reduce the amount of counters that you climb up with regards to this. Get this off of a revenge set, get this off of violent. Maybe go like a double revenge if you can. Double revenge is nice. You have that buff that you get on the second skill. It's going to provide you another way to counter attack on that, giving you that consistent defense break.
I don't think you want that many turns with the panda.
Yeah.
I think that may be actually a bad thing to have a lot of turns with the panda.
Yep. And I think you're at a position where you have a good amount of support. Start looking at what you can do to maybe sub out a monster in there for a little additional DPS if your team is pretty darn consistent. But continuously work on those stats so that you can improve it here.
There you have a Nat 5.
Nat 5 here.
Yeah.
I don't got a Nat 5. I got a battle network connection delay here. Let's see.
Oh.
There we go. Rip the dream here. Did we lose it?
I hope you didn't, because that mystical was a Nat 5.
Oh my god. Rip the dream. Batman Rule says, carry me, daddy. Let's do a DNG real quick here. Roll 36. Ugh, rip the dream. All right. I think we might have to close the game. Let me go ahead and close the game real quick. What? Look at that young man. Shout out to my wife right there, sneaking in a picture, on my device. Nice, nice. I like it. I like it. That's awesome. She's actually upstairs right now. She stopped by for her lunch hour today, so that is great. Give me a second here, guys, while we go ahead and get back in the game. Let's see. Judith likes it. All right. And once again, if you do have a question, please tag my name, Childish402, so I don't miss it here. Old man Mushnick says, need some advice. I really have a tough choice. 4 Devilmons, but 3 possible targets. Lucian, 5 skill ups so far, or Ethna, 0 so far, or Velajul, 0 so far. Well, Lucian, you know, I don't know where you're at in the game. I don't know what kind of resources you have, but remember that you can get the JoJo skill ups via the Fusion Hexagram. That kind of saves the day. With regards to Velajul or Ethna, I don't know your monster box, but Velajul is such an amazing unit for so many aspects of the game. I would see what I can do here. Uh-oh. Failed to load the page.
I would go for Velajul.
Let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off real quick. Let me go ahead and see if I need to log back in. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Jack Retsu, I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's going good. It's going good. Okay, we're back at it again here. 402. Sola, go ahead and say something in the chat there.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure Vindicated is sleeping right now, but if you didn't see my message in the Twitch chat there, I appreciate the host, my man. I hope you had a good stream. Let's go ahead and
there we are.
Script SK wants to get a run in real quick. Again, guys, we're just doing single runs here, taking a look at your team composition, throwing some pointers out if needed, and then we're going to be moving on to the next one so that we can get as many people as we can. Prawl says, is Wo Young usable in R4, R5? If yes, what runes do you suggest? If I remember correctly, Wo Young is the Dark Chasun, right? It's the Dark Sky Dancer, is that correct? I believe that's the one.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, if I do recall, I think that it is.
Yeah, it is. It is Dark Chasun.
Dark Chasun. I mean, you know, honestly, I do like it, but I feel like when it comes to units that, you know, I mean, damn it, excuse me. I think there's better. I think it actually does some decent damage, but I think there's better damage dealers that provide some more harmful effects for you. So I'd probably take a look at that. I mean, obviously, if you have a slot within your team and you can throw an extra damage dealer in, you know, play around with that. It's fine. But I wouldn't just throw in a unit just because it's like a super rare unit or whatever. Take a look at your team. Take a look at the harmful effects that you're bringing. If you have everything covered, then by all means, you know, play around with some of the different DPS monsters that in order to, you know, to add a little bit more DPS in your team. But overall, I'd be looking at some of the key units out there that not only provide great damage but great harmful effects here, or just like different types of status effects. Like when I think about like Hua is such an amazing unit because it gives you so many things, right? It gives you that slow, it gives you that leader skill if you need it, and then it has that attack bar manipulation and every single turn. And attack bar manipulation is really nice when it comes to R4, R5. So, taking a look at Colleen real quick here. Violent, broken, good HP, good defense here. We need a little bit more accuracy, a lot more resistance there. Overall on Hua for R4, I do think these stats are pretty good. 17k, a little over 800 defense should be fine for the back line. Water Kung Fu Girl, 14k.
Yeah, she's also Hua is also on vampire, so she won't need. I mean,
yep. I did not see the vampire. Good
there's
catch.
no way she dies.
Yeah, good catch on that one there. We got a vampire energy Xiaolin here. 14k HP defense there, so probably I'm guessing it's a backline here. Not too bad. Great resistance, by the way. Nice subsets there. Colleen's a beast, 26k with 1400 defense. If you're running the 4-man front line, those are definitely respectable stats here. Great resistance. Vela Jewel, I think that was about 2k defense, 215 speed, 22k HP. If you are running the 4-man front line, it is great, but keep in mind that when it comes to Vela Jewel, if you really need a unit to kind of fill that frontline spot, it is good. But take a look at some other units that could have provided a little bit more value for you. The immunity, the cleanse is nice, but there are some other cleansing options that you can take advantage of. If you have Lisa, obviously that's a great one there. But if not, the best free-to-play option is going to be Konamiya. Did you have any other thoughts on his team?
Yeah, I was paying attention to Chasun, and there's a thing I would like to say about Chasun. Now I can see her now, but she has something like plus 900 defense, and well, now I can see her. Yeah, so she has slot 6 defense rune. It's not bad, but I would go with HP, and the reason why is with more HP she will heal more, and also she doesn't need that much defense to survive, because Chasun is selfish. She's selfish. She will let your entire team die just to save herself. I mean, instead of using Amuse and heal everybody, she will use Fallen Blossoms and she will let your entire team die just to save herself. So she's not in risk, even if she has not that much defense.
Right.
So maybe if you change that defense rune for a HP rune, you will have more heal on Amuse. That's my only thought about that.
And that will definitely help her, considering that you are running only 2 healers there. But obviously, with regards to your damage healers, you're running them on the vampire set, so they don't need too many heals. But overall, really good thing to point out there. Also to keep in mind, notice that he's running a 3-3 setup here. If you guys are interested in running a 4-2, but you're like, you know what, I don't know if it'll work because my stats are not really there. Remember that when you're running a 4-man front line, the damage that you do is a certain amount of damage. The more people you have in the front line, the more that damage is spread out. So as far as your overall stats, you won't need as much as you would if you're running a 2-man front line. So keep that in mind. Even though we've had a ton of videos out there talking about certain stats to hit. If you're running a 4-man front line, you can get away with it. But again, you really all those units still need to have a respectable amount of stats to hang up in there. Let's see here. Wild Zoro, and we got Oblique here. Let's see. Let's get Oblique first. And then Wild, we'll grab you here in a short message here. And hopefully you saw my message there, old man, but I appreciate the donation, guys. It really means a lot. Put it back to you guys, the community, the investments with regards to Twitch, to make the streams even better for you. Let's see. We give a second to Oblique to set up his team. All right. And by the way, I appreciate you guys. I got everybody mixing and matching their units to so I can keep my critical rate lead. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I got you. I have 3 leader skills, so I got you.
Let's see here. Okay. And again, if you didn't see, we do have a couple people in the Epic Fail community hanging out in the chat here. I think Kakamat is helping out with the R4 carries. If you're just trying to get an R4 carry, providing some advice as well. It looks like Nelly is raging there. He did not utilize the 24% critical rate lead. Not like this is what he says. Not like this. Yeah, I know, right? It was such a waste. We just blew the whole fight. I mean, we're definitely not going to do as well because we don't have an extra 5% critical rate. Rip the dream. Let's take a look at his stats. Resistance a little low on Colleen, but overall great stats for the back line here. Let's see. Theomars. Man, this guy's OP as all hell. He doesn't need any recommendations on that. Nothing wrong with this.
He's trolling us.
He's trolling right here. Nothing wrong with this team here. Can't even argue with it. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. All right. So maybe what I'll go ahead and do if we get somebody that's trolling him, I'll take a look at his units real quick. And if he's too good for us, if he's basically gonna carry us versus us carry him, we'll just have him hop out there. Grea says he cannot R5. Yeah, that's why we set it up for R4. We're not going to be bouncing around before back from R4 to R5 and R4. We're creating the R4 team so that for the people that are really looking to take a look at our team so we can analyze our team, we're going to set up an R4-1 here. And that's what our focus on is today. We generally do R5 carry sessions, but we wanted to do something a little bit different for the community today. I know, right? He even has wings. Guy's OP. This is on the global server. Hopefully down the road, we can grab a couple more influencers from different servers alike so that we can cover all of our grounds here. But with regards to Sola, he happens to be on the global server along with me, so we just stuck with the global server this time around. Look at that. This is what you get for trolling. You get a shield, grind, or enchant for attack.
Yeah.
Look at this. All right.
Meanwhile, I keep getting tolerance, accuracy, fight, and that kind of stuff.
Yep. Let's see. Do I just go to 402 and ask you to take a look? Yeah, we'll get you in a group here. We'll take a look. Okay, not bad. We'll take a look at it real quick. Looks pretty darn good, but we'll start the raid. Alright. I'm going to start out with Hua again. Now, Hua's on a Violent Revenge set here. Not too bad, not too bad. Running a critical rate instead of a critical damage. I'm guessing he doesn't have the runes to justify running critical damage on the second slot.
Yeah.
I like that HP, though, on the subset there on that critical rate. That's another good reason to have that one there.
Yeah, without the rune, she wouldn't have much HP.
On the Chisun here, overall good stats. I would look into when you can improve your runes here, see what you can do to add a little bit more speed. When you're looking in the future with regards to R5, I definitely like all my healers, my cleansers in the 200 plus category. I think generally people recommend 185 is a pretty safe bet. But obviously with regards to healers and cleansers, I'm a big fan of 200 plus speed if you can. Let's see. Lisa, yeah, a little lacking on the HP. The defense here, I mean, it's good. Speed, defense, HP. If it's a backline Lisa, which I believe it is, that's going to be just fine.
Yeah, she doesn't need more HP to make it in the backline.
Nope. Yep, definitely here. Colleen, Violent Revenge here. Resistance could be a little bit better. But that's about it. Accuracy looks good. Violent Guard on Xiong Fei. Running the critical damage here. I'm guessing, yeah, I don't really know why he's running critical damage here. He's obviously not, you don't have him set in there to do damage, but I mean, you have a ton of defense here. Might as well take advantage of it. The critical rate is a little bit low to justify running the critical damage on too, so hopefully you can, look what you can do to kind of mix and match that. Keep in mind that the third skill is the one that's defensive scaling, so you're not going to get as much value as you would from another damage dealer where all their skills are attack based, attack scaling, or all their skills are speed scaling, like Hua or whatnot. So let's see here. Diaz, good stats for the front line. I like it there. Got a tolerance set to add a little bit more resistance to help everybody out. Revenge is good. Yeah, hopefully down the road, if your stats can do good, you can maybe do like a double revenge tolerance there. I have not done any farming when it comes to those extra runes here. I've been so focused on just getting regular runes and grindstones. Let's see. What stats do we recommend? Again, going back to what I was saying before, healers. When it comes to whatnot, I think a good kind of threshold to shoot for is that 185 speed. Because you're gonna that'll be great for R4, and then you start preparing your way into R5. If it obviously you want Konamiya to be 6-star, I think you can get away with anything around that 20k and up range. If you're sitting anywhere from 800 to 1,000 defense, it's going to be fine for the back line. For the back line, my units on average are anywhere from 18k to 20k, and about anywhere from, as the super low is like 750 defense, but a lot of them are in the 900, 950, 1k range on the defensive side. So that's for R5. So you take those overall stats, subtract it by 15 to 20%. I think that's a pretty safe recommendation here. Sola, what's your take on the backline stats, or excuse me, what is your take on Konamiya stats? What do you recommend?
Well, that depends on if you are going frontline or backline. I mean, for backline, as a cleanser, I would care about having as much speed as possible and 70% resistance. Now, if I can if I can use some defense runes to make a frontline cleanser, well, that's great. But if not, the cleanser can perfectly go to backline. The cleanser has to do is to cleanse, so it doesn't matter. You can have another units for frontline.
Gotcha. Cool Dude 9433 says, thanks for the run of the advice. I appreciate it. Not a problem. Let's go ahead and do Anti-Muffin real quick. Let's give a quick shout out to Hoots12, part of the Kindred Society crew. He's hanging out with us today. I see King OXO in the house. And then, of course, we got the streamer here. Diablo's in the house. Total Diablo wins. If you guys haven't seen him, click on his name. Give him a follow. Let's see here. Anti-Muffin. Colleen is looking good. I like the speed with regards to R4. Violent Revenge here. Speed, defense, HP. See what you can do to get that resistance up. Otherwise, it looks pretty darn good. Moving on to Lisa. Speed is good. Overall stats looks really good. Nothing really to argue there. I like it.
Yeah, that's a good Lisa.
I like that Zhao Lin here. What do you think about that Zhao Lin?
Yeah, she needs more speed.
Yeah, could probably use a little bit more speed. I prefer like in that 140 range, 150 range. You don't need an absurd amount, but you definitely don't want to be, sitting there with just a couple of bonus speed here. Let's see. Hua, a little bit low on the defense there. HP is,
yeah,
it's going to be a little bit of a gamble here. It's going to be hard to stay alive, I think, on that, especially on that third jump here.
Yeah,
the boss.
You probably needed to first off, slot 3 rune upgraded to +12 because it's +9. You can check it. And to make your stats perfect, you can always do +50 slot 1, 3, and 5 runes. That difference, it's actually good. It's like, if I'm not wrong, for 42 defense and 600 HP when you max the slot 3 and 5, and that can make the difference.
Yep, most definitely here. Look at this nasty blue rune. Alrighty. Soul Reaper, let's give a shout out real quick to Neon Ginger and Soul Reaper 11234. First time joiners of the stream. I appreciate it. It looks like We got a couple people. We got a couple people here. Grimrod, you don't need no carry. I know you're a baller. You trying to sneak one in? All right, we'll give it a second for the chat to catch up here. King, unfortunately, I don't have anybody on the EU side that is hanging out with us today. So hopefully we can do. You know, when we get some more people, influencers involved, we'll get some people to help out on the EU side.
Same thing happens to me. I feel so bad when someone asks for help, and I can't help because it's from the Asia server or the AU server. Feels bad.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad. All right. Let's give it a second here while we get it going here. Tally, we're not doing any R5 carries today. We're just focusing on R4 team building for the people that need it. Let's see. Give it a second here, checking at the chat. Solo with the God, what was I? Was it? I forget what unit you had a recent unit that you improved. Was it Hua? What was the unit that you recently improved here? The Light Kung Fu Girl? Oh yeah, I like that Light Kung Fu Girl.
I haven't tweaked my team lately.
Yeah, I think I was looking at your Kung Fu Girl earlier when I was looking at trying to improve mine. I don't have a vampire set on mine, unfortunately, but stats are pretty decent.
Yeah.
Bo Zeko's in the house. What's going on? All right, again, if you guys are just tuning in, welcome to the stream. We are here in channel 402 on the global side with Solarizard from the Epic Fail Alpha community. We're just trying to help people out with regards to R4 team building. Giving you guys a couple minutes here to take a look at your team, throw out some tips, and then grab the next person here. So let's see. We don't have anybody else that's looking for anything. If they are, they're just trolling, right? Oh man. All right, we'll give it a second here, and we'll let people catch up. Let me go ahead and grab. Let me see if I can grab 40. 40. If you watch this from YouTube, we miss you, buddy. Come back. Come back. You know, Sola, you've actually give quite a handful of advice when it comes to Rift of Worlds to a lot of people there. What, in your opinion, is some of like the biggest like common mistakes that you see a lot of people make like day in and day out? What's the number one mistake you see people make?
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, not a problem. With regards to R4 teams, R5 teams, what is a big mistake that you see people make constantly, like the number one mistake?
I'm not sure if it is a mistake, but I see a lot of people concerned about stats. I mean, I get asked a lot about what are the right stats to do R5, R4, and that kind of stuff. And although there are some default stats you can tell people to do, it all depends first on the amount of healers you bring. Second, the amount of speed of your healers, because that's pretty much. I mean, if you bring more healers, you will need less stats. You understand?
Gotcha. Yeah, and I can go back and forth with that. I've always been a big proponent on stats over sets, but I mean, I think what you're trying to get at is you can't really, when you're looking at stats, stat is one concept that you got to consider, but ultimately, and that's why we're doing this video for you guys today, is that once you break in, I mean, R1, R3, you can make an armament for just about any of your units there, as long as it got reasonable, runes. But R4 now is not only do you have to consider the stats, but your team composition. You can't just throw in random stuff like we did back in the day when we first started. And I mean, my team was like Megan, Bernard, Bella, like all of my GB10 or DB10 units that were runed up well. I think I used the Beast Monk. Do you remember like some of your first R5 team or Rift of Worlds teams? I was using beast monks.
My very first. I mean, when come to us updated the game with the raids patch, my first team. Oh man, I cannot even do R3. I remember Talc, the water mammoth. That was OP to me. Right, I mean, right. I really thought that unit was OP, and oh come on. But about what I was talking about, the stats. The biggest mistake, in my opinion, is when I see someone who brings like 4 or 5 healers. You don't have to do that. I mean, yeah, sometimes it seems like if you don't bring that amount of healers, you will die. But the less damage you deal, the more time it will take to clear the raid.
Gotcha.
So if you just don't bring 4 or 5 healers, and instead of one of those healers you bring an extra damage dealer, you will clear the raid faster. You will receive less damage. So
okay.
I want to encourage. I don't know how to say it. People to bring more damage dealers.
Okay. All right.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, guys.
Yeah, and as long as you got your bases covered when it comes to harmful effects and whatnot, that's a good way to go here. Sola, yeah, you got your resistance leader cell switch. We'll go ahead and switch it out here. Okay, so if you guys obviously just saw Baker here, he wanted to. We'll take a look at his team real quick here. He got some stuff that are uniquely built. We'll see what some of these people. We'll see what some of these end game players like Baker is doing here. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. So he's taking advantage of some of the unique runes to give him a little bit more DPS here. What we got here? Speed, crit damage, HP. And take note that even though it doesn't seem like something that makes sense, speed, crit damage, HP on an attack-based unit, you got to look at the overall stats that the runes bring. And so something like this, I mean, you got so much into this rune. Talk about rune potential. That is a pretty strong rune here. Let's see, Lisa, really great. Low on the resistance, but amazing speed. Definitely good here.
Yeah, that purple rune.
Yeah, I didn't even see it. He just got it, yeah. Rip the dream here.
He will get kicked from Alpha.
Look at this, though. This is what he wanted to showcase here. This is by far one of the best Kung Fu girls I've seen in a broken set fashion. This is absurd. Let's take a look at this real quick. God. This is what you call months and months of grinding out. This is what happens when you do work.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Look at that critical rate there. Nuts. And then here's something that a lot of the late to end game players are doing. You know, once they got those stats acquired, now they're taking a look at some of these unique runes that have been available for us there. Taking advantage of the tolerance set here, giving 2 sets of 10%, providing 20% resistance for the whole team here. So let's take a step back to what Baker's is trying to get at. He has low resistance, but it gives him more speed. Because of the
20% there.
Because of the fact that he's using that tolerance, like Solo was saying, he has that resistance to make an argument that you can say, oh, you don't have to go crazy resistance on one unit because you got these tolerance runes that are allowing you to do it. So really, I'm really glad that Baker wanted to showcase that.
He deceives us.
Yeah, he was sneaky about that. Again, he got some defensive stats here. Running this set, we got determination here. Let's see if he has any unique runes on here. Yep, he got another set of tolerance here. So 30% group resistance that allows him to shy away from focusing on resistance on his units and going for just the overall best effective stats. So really, really unique build, Baker. I'm glad you showed it to us. So that just kind of goes to show, guys, you know, continuously getting those runes. Once you get to that level where you got respectable stats and you start, getting into the individual rift bosses, getting those crafting materials to get those runes. This is great. Like, this just makes it a whole lot easier to not focus on every single specific stat because you got certain runes that will accommodate the whole party. I like it. I like it. It had to happen, sir. Epic fail. It had to happen.
Yeah.
Don't worry. If anybody's seen the recent stream that we put up from last week here, the Lightning Wars featuring Claytano, like that, and I tell you what, man, I would be completely honest with you guys. Like, I had a hard time motivating myself to bring it for you guys because I was just so frustrated about the fact that the windows that I had set up, everything looked fine when I first started. Then obviously moving the mouse here and there, it just got all in the way. So it was aggravating. It was frustrating, but we got through the stream. We even had a crash here. Let's see. Let me go ahead and update the chat because Mr. Dirty Curdy says the chat is all busted. All right. Best rune ever, Brandon says. That's funny. Zodiac, let's take a look at you, my man. Lisa, looking good there. Speed, HP, defense here. A little bit more resistance, but overall really good. Here's somebody that's taking advantage of that Swift set to give him the speed that he wants while maintaining really good stats here. Hybrid format, attack, crit damage, HP. Looking good. Speed's a little bit low here on the culling. I'd like to see a little improvement if all possible. Overall, the resistance and accuracy is very darn sharp. What do you think about this next one here, Emma? How do you like that Emma in this team?
I personally don't like unnecessary buffs in Raid's team.
Yep.
Besides that, Emma is like Beladion, so pretty much like Beladion. I mean, she instead of this defense break, she has glancing, and instead of doing attack bar boost, she has a shield. But to me, the shield is not good. It's not cool because it will increase the amount of heals the raid boss will have. So
yeah, definitely. If you guys saw there, I was clicking at the very end while Solo was talking there. Total annihilation. When that counter gets up to 15, it will remove all your harmful effects and then do damage on you, stun you. And the more harmful effects it removes, the stronger it gets. So that is why, even though you can utilize some of these great monsters that provide, whether it is glancing, defense break, whatever, consider the concept of the buffs that you bring. You don't want to have a heavy buff team if at all possible. That was one of the mistakes I made early on using Delphoid. Delphoid is a great unit. Let's not get it twisted here. But if I had a choice between Delphoid or Konomiya and I wasn't too concerned about needing a unit for the front line, since Delphoid has really good base defense, then I probably would have gone for a Konomiya there, just so I can have less, immunity or less, beneficial effects.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Zodiac, my man. Hashtag
I mean,
Team
I think if he changed Emma and puts Beladion in, he will get better results.
Yep, I like it. Yeah, and of course Bella's a smart healer, so if things got a little iffy there, whatnot, she's gonna save that heal for when you need it.
Yeah, and Emma is dumb. Yeah.
Okay.
She will just heal to buff. So yeah, Beladion is even better.
Yeah. Real quick answer here for Santos agreed. He was asking to check EU. We do have Aviana. It looks like she's already contacted you from the EU side. We got a lot of people chilling in the stream that are just supporting the stream, even though they are, like I said before, big baller shot callers. They don't need any advice. They are here to help, guys. So if you guys are looking for advice, or maybe you're on Asia server or EU server, just say something in chat. We might have somebody that has a second to go ahead and take a look at it. Dirty Curdy's in the house. Let's see here. How do you determine which grindstones to keep? I think that kind of depends on where you're at in the game. I mean, when you're coming into R4, where you're starting to get you're starting to collect some of those hero and legend runes. They're a little bit more rare than R5, but you're starting to collect those heroes and legend runes that you can utilize. When it comes to blue runes, ultimately, we understand that we're going to improve our units and thereby, improve the runes on our units and thereby get, future grindstones to put on those. If you're just coming into R4, I really wouldn't be too concerned about which ones to keep or whatnot. Obviously, the percentage-based ones are going to be great. Speed-based ones are going to be great. Anything to improve your stats, I think it's a win. Use it, and then when you get better ones, you can put it on there under key monsters that you use in multiple aspects of the game. When it comes to just getting into R4, use whatever you got. I mean, I feel like R1 or R3, it's a great experience, but you're going to see a lot more consistent grindstones that really provide a little bit more value. Like the 1%, 2% from R1 to R3, yeah, that's like it's great, but it's not too much there. But you get into R4, you're starting to see a lot more blue and purple runes there, 3 to 6% on those grindstones, plus 3 to plus 6 on some of those flat stat enchantments like speed, and all that stuff plays a great role. Let's see here. Devil Resin says, I use Mihang on R5 with no skill ups. Yeah, I think Mihang is one of those people that can get away without skill ups here, but obviously I prefer having skill ups at least in the second and third skill. More importantly, the third skill if possible. My R5, my Mihang is a violent. Is not a violent, but just I use the stats here, so. Dirty Curdy, go ahead and stay in the team real quick here. We'll take a look at your composition in the main menu, and then we'll move on to the next person here. Right from the get-go, I haven't looked at any runes here, but I do see you running Leica in there. I'm guessing that you have really, really good runes on Leica and use it in other aspects. Going back to what we said early on, I like utilizing DPS that provides a little bit more bonus for you. Critical rate's a little bit low there. Uh-oh. Dirty, he left me! Ah!
We should probably do another round with him.
Let's go ahead and do it one more time. Let's see if we can grab Dirty here. We'll do one more run here, and we'll take a look at it real quick. For a possible second team, is Vela or Delphoy better as a cleanser for the frontliner? Well, Delphoy provides you the slow, provides you the cleanse like Vela does, and provides you a little heal. So I probably would go for Delphoy over Velajul. But that's just me. Again, it's your second team. You're going to just use what you got. But I prefer Delphoy over Velajul in a raid spot. You're going to get a little bit more value.
Yeah. Speed break and some kind of heal. I think it's better than Velajul.
Master Diesel, thank you for the follow. Taking a look at Bella here, looks pretty good here. Could use a little bit more resistance, but again, Bella's used so many aspects of the game. It's going to be hard to rune it perfectly for R4, R5. Lisa, I'm looking for a little bit more speed, but overall stats are really good for the backline here. Resistance could be a little bit better. We've already talked about Leica here. It's gonna stay alive on that backline here. But remember that the passive is great, but if it gets Oblivioned, then you're gonna be sitting there hurting a bit. At least the vampire runes are gonna keep you at bay.
Yeah, he will be okay.
Yeah.
Now the thing about Leica and this will also help you in PvP. Leica needs more speed, because with that speed, I mean, it may work in raids, but in PvP, you will get perma stunned or CC lock, because with that speed, I mean, you are tanky, but you will just get perma stunned.
Yeah. I was going to say, at the very least, the majority of my monsters, regardless if it's... I mean, obviously your healers and cleansers are going to have an absurd amount of speed, but I don't think I have any DPS in my compositions that are under 145 to 150 speed. Minimum.
Yeah.
So if you can, muster that up or whatnot, definitely try to get it done via substats. That's going to be the best way to go. Remember that even though a speed rune would be a great way to get speed for those attack-based monsters, you're losing a lot of value in that main slot, that 2 slot there. So see what you can do on the subsets there. And like Sola said early on, if you are looking to get a little bit more speed and want to maintain a good amount of attack, HP, critical rate, critical damage, then utilize a Swift set. Take advantage of that Swift set there, get that bonus speed, so that you don't have to sacrifice a speed rune on 2.
Even if you lose attack or crit damage, you will still do the same damage overall, or even more, because you may lose some attack or some crit damage, but you will move faster, so that's more damage.
Yeah, buddy. Look at all these Team Childish here. I like it. I like it. Here we go. Hunter Games, are you in the group? You're just looking to check on Estella here? I'm guessing you don't need like the whole team here. Can you tell me the stats? Let me get the next person here. If you don't need like a R4 like overall look, you're just asking about Stella stats. Can you give us the stats in chat? Or we can go ahead and just kind of say yay or nay. And by the way, for all of you guys that are hanging out, that don't need advice or just hanging out in the stream, it really means a lot to both of us, Sola and myself here. I really do appreciate the support. Like I said before, I'm trying to do whatever I can to go ahead and assist the Summoners War community. If you guys have any ideas, shoot me an email, childish402@gmail.com, on different things that you would like to see on stream or different things that I can do with other influencers out there. That would be amazing. And let's go ahead and give you a shout out, Mr. Sola. Gonna go ahead and get the link here. I think everybody got your link from the original video this morning, but if not, we'll go ahead and give a link here.
Since I have my YouTube link in your YouTube channel, my amount of subs have been increasing. So
that's really cool. I'm glad. I'm glad.
I appreciate.
I am looking real quick here. Lisa, resistance is a little low. I'd like a little bit more resistance here, but great stats. Colleen, stats are great for the back line here. Resistance could be a little sharper, but overall, amazing stats. Well, I'd like to see a little bit more tanky, but and maybe a little bit more critical rate, but that's me being really picky. I mean, I think one of my units even has that amount of critical rate, but overall, really good here.
Yeah.
Let's see, Faye. Amazing stats here. I like it. And the revenge set's pretty darn nice here. Yeah, I can't see anything wrong on that one here. If he stays in the fight, I'll take a look at those last two. But it obviously appears that he understands. He understands here the setup and what needs to be done. Nice team, Dia. Yeah, looks really sharp. See what you can do if you can. See what you can get a revenge set or two on this Diaz. That would be really good here. That's one of the biggest things about Diaz here. One of the few units, if not the only unit out there, that's a clutch unit for R5. Not only for the passive, but having that first turn hit point to serve. This is very overlooked here. We make an argument about getting all the harmful effects, but when you guys understand that Lisa is such a great monster for Rift of Worlds, you remember the fact that Lisa pulls a couple of monsters with her to provide that first skill harmful effect or damage, right? So for somebody like Diaz there to give you that consistent heal disturb, that's a really good unit to have there.
Yeah.
Let's see, really good unit to have on revenge. Excuse me.
He could also have a revenge set on Colleen.
Yep.
I'm checking Colleen, and she has a lot of HP, and she doesn't need that much to go to the back. So maybe he could just bring revenge instead of broken, I mean, the slot one, I know it's a great rune, the slot one, but
Right.
if he can replace that, that definitely will improve his team.
Cool. All right, Dia. Thank you for hanging out with us. Let's see. Dia. Daily Dose, you are next. Gotcha. Baker Summoner likes the recommendation of about 180 speed on Diaz Darians. I think that's something to shoot for. Obviously, when you're early to start out, focus on those just basic stats. But I think my initial Diaz had upwards of about 160 to 170 speed, and then of course I've changed the runes around a little bit here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this Mr. Daily Dose OBB. OBB. K-Tuda, I'm just grabbing people as they come in the chat here. Keep in mind, guys, that we do have a couple of people from our Epic Fail community hanging out with us today. They are available. For those that are from the Epic Fail community, make sure you throw it out there in the chat if you're looking to assist. Childish with a Spanish accent. No, if you guys just tuned in, this is Solarizard from the Epic Fail Alpha community, part of the Summoners War Latino America community. So he's helping us out today for the R14 building. Hey, Bozeco, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it, my man. It means the world. Let's see here. Daily Dose. Let's take a look at this Rego here. Attack, critical rate, HP here. I'm guessing because of the speed that you have on this unit, you're probably utilizing it for Necropolis as well. Obviously, if this is going to be a main focus for Rift of Worlds, I'd like to see a little bit more speed, but I can see why the speed would be low. Let's see. Bella, again, sorry to make an argument on Bella because she's used in so many aspects. I'm guessing she's kind of filling the void for your team here. Smart heals, let's see. Jasoon, get those runes up there. Get them to plus 12 at the minimum for R4 if you can, guys. Let's see, speed, HP, defense here. Resistance could be a little bit better. HP, you keep on working on that. Remember that Sola said the skill for the Amuse is based on the max HP, so if you want to help your team, get those runes up. It looks like you got lucky here with regards to the attack command, getting that third skill maxed here. Violent shield here. I'd like to see a little bit more speed on Lisa and more resistance, way more resistance here. You're slacking with that. Kamoon really doesn't make sense on this comp. I mean, obviously it's. I don't really know why it is there. I'm guessing you just have it, room for PvP and you're utilizing it. One thing to just say on the side, with regards to Kamoon, guys, I definitely prefer running, as much HP as possible versus HP crit damage HP. While you could do a little bit more damage on the second skill, your passive is based off of 20% of your HP. So if you want your shield to be stronger for the units that you bring it with, then go that route. Now keep in mind that these runes, you can make an argument for it because these runes really give them a decent amount of HP, and you got absurd critical damage here. But for the people out there that are looking to make a Kamoon for Guild War defense there, I think I would like a little bit more. Let's see, Mihao Wang. I'm taking a look at his stats here. He looks really, really darn tanky. I think you can probably play around with the rune build to get a little more DPS out of him. What do you think, Solo?
Yeah. He doesn't need to be that tanky. Not for R5, and not even for Guild Wars. I mean, you can go that tanky, but I think he definitely can change that. And well, do you have Diaz daily? Because Diaz could go instead of Kamoon, and that would definitely help. And yeah, you have to max the runes. There are a lot of purple runes, so I think that could help. Plus, you will have resistance leader in your deck, so that would be nice.
Yep. And by the way, for anybody that was hanging out that got 2 cents of advice, whatever like that, if you missed some of it or whatever, don't worry. I will take this clip. I'll put it on YouTube for you guys so you guys can all see it later on down. Let's see. Let's take a look at Eve here. It looks like Eve is good here. I would imagine this is going to be a troll, but we'll go ahead and do this one real quick since we have it in there. Every so often we get a troll that wants to hop in there. Doesn't really look like he needs advice, but we'll take a look at the units real quick. Oh, you guys are trolling me today. Hashtag baby rage. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ardella here. Her passive is really darn unique here.
Yeah.
Improved critical rate, critical damage, according to how much HP you've lost here. I'm a big fan of this on a vampire set if I can. The only downside to Ardella is that the stats overall, it's really hard to get those stats because of the low base defense, low base HP.
Yeah, but there's a bright side also. She does insane damage even without attack. I mean, I remember when I used Ardella and I was like speed, crit damage, HP, and she hit so hard even without attack because of she has a skill that scales based off speed, but the less HP, more crit damage or something.
Correct.
So I think that Ardella could have more speed.
Gotcha. I'm looking at the last 4 units here. Overall, effective HP looks good. I'd look into improving all of your resistance by about 20 to 30% depending on the unit that we're looking at here. Miyang, Swift, attack there. So you can have a little bit a stronger heal here since, cleanse, yeah, the heal is based on attack power, and then you got the attack speed here. I'm Godly, 1v1, thank you for the follow. Nothing really else to add. I think the resistance on your support could use a little bit more improvement, but overall, looks pretty good. If you have anything to add, so by all means, go ahead.
No, I think you said everything. The resistance on Lisa and Diaz, that can be definitely improved. But it's okay.
Right on. Alrighty. Let's take a look here. We get anything good? I'm just getting mana. Gosh, I can't get anything. Javatons, what's going on, my man? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I wonder if are you getting ready to stream today or what? Alrighty, let's see who we got next here. Baker, if you're grabbing people, let me know. Dia, I've already grabbed you. DJ, I think you got grabbed early on. Let's see if we can try Crucio. Again, we're gonna take a look. I'll take a look at the units real quick here. If obviously they look like they know exactly what they're doing, we'll go ahead and drop and try to grab somebody else so we can get everybody else taken care of. Okay, no one's taking the advice or the the invite. So we'll try Caesar. All right, Death Bunny, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. All right, all right.
Oh my god, I only have 100 fails.
100 fails, slacker.
Yeah.
All right, I think Cruz
And now I have
doesn't need any
zero.
advice.
Now I have 0.
Let's see here. We'll try to help you guys out. Party is full. Yeah, I sent it to you, and I think you missed it there. Yeah, King, I hear you, my man. Hopefully this helps out. And that's the thing about it, guys. The account reviews, gosh, I've been getting a lot of mails. I've been getting a lot of emails about people wanting to do account reviews, man. If I don't consider myself the greatest account review person out there, but the if I ever do them, I mean, the amount of time that I invest into doing them for you guys, I spend a lot more time than maybe people would consider. But that's just because I want to do the best that I can for you, provide the best insight. And it's not something that I can do in a few minutes. That's why I haven't opened myself up to like tons of like public account review streams or whatever, because it just takes so much time. I think down the road we'll try to get some influencers on there that if people have a specific question on their account, we can take a look at their account, give them a little feedback. But as far as doing a full-blown account review, which is like what I know a lot of people want, it's gonna be hard to do those kind of things. Who is it? Mark Villanueva says, any advice for players that reach a plateau in Summoners War? Well, do what you're doing right now. Get on board, check out the influencers on the YouTube side and the Twitch side. We got a lot of streamers out there that are available to give you that immediate advice when it comes to certain things. And obviously, it depends on where you get into plateau at. Take a look at what you're doing. What's your focus? It really all depends. One of the biggest things that I see is people trying to focus on so many different things, when I think you should focus on prioritizing what you're working on with regards to your progression, and then focus on that. And then, as you progress, you get more runes, invest those runes into another aspect. I'm trying to think here. Like for me, when it comes to rune removal, my number one thing with regards to rune removal is improve my Guild War offensive units and defensive units. After that, I'm looking to improve any of my, Kairos Dungeon teams that I feel like I can improve the stats just a little bit. If I have like a sub 1 run, I'm not too concerned about it. But if I get more runes that kind of revolve around a unit that I feel like it can benefit, then I'll take a look at it, run it through swap and see if I can improve. Gosh, I can't think of anything else. Yeah, it's all about prioritization. Try not to do too many things. If you're somebody that is sitting there with like 50,000, 5 stars, 6 stars, whatever, the more units you try to build, the more your runes get spread out. So do what you can to consolidate those runes and invest them in the units that are going to help you in multiple aspects of the game. That's really all I got. Sola, anything you want to add to that?
When I during free rune removal, yeah, it's all about prioritizing, and you have to choose. I mean, it's hard to be good at everything.
Right.
I mean, at some point you have to choose. So just try to think what is best for you and do it. And don't disband your Dragons B10 teams and that kind of stuff. I mean, farming is essential. Don't disband your farming teams.
That's for you, Death Bunny. He said, childish, smile more. Crusoe, I'm going to go ahead and remove you real quick so we can move on to the next one. But to answer your question, replace Kona with Ariel, frontline. I don't think you need more heals. Kona and Miang is going to do really good for you for the cleansing aspect.
He also has Colleen.
Right. You have plenty of heals, so I think you're good on that. I don't know if you've been lucky enough to get a Lisa as well. Lisa would be great there to substitute out. I think you got enough. I think you got enough meals between Colleen, Miyang, and the Fire Panda here. But overall, yeah, see what you can do to mix and match your team so you can work on bringing in maybe one more DPS there. I think your overall structure is good, but I think you can start to incorporate a little bit more DPS. Let's see. There we go. Baker Summers back at it again. If anybody needs another carry, put it in the chat, channel 402. Let me see. I thought there was somebody else that may have been asking. I don't know if DJ was grabbed here. He might have been grabbed, but I'm going to try to grab him real quick. If not, we'll move on to the next one. Jay Rune, what's up, Childish? Not too bad, not too bad. Doing good. Looks like Katuga's hunting for a Lisa here. Jamorati says, Childish, what's your thoughts on Jameer for raids? Jameer has really good base stats to make an argument for the front line if you do want to. Obviously, his third skill really helps out, to assist you with, the main, skills, whether it's heals, cleanses, on other support-based monsters here. Me personally, I used him, early on in the game, but I don't use him too much now. He provides that attack break along with that reset. I have plenty of monsters that are providing an attack break on my team.
I remember those times.
Yeah, that was back in the day when
Jameer was like top tier in raids.
Yeah. I might even mess around with him a little bit as like a secondary team if I'm supporting. If I want to make an alternate team and support just to have a team, whatever, because I don't have a lot of options, good options for my second team. But let's see. Again, rest in peace, Nelly. Nelly's gonna rage because we're not utilizing the 24% critical rate lead. It's okay. We're gonna be all right, Nelly. Cage316 saying goosebumps. Oh, man. All right, let's take a look at Death Money real quick here. Bella, oh, rip the dream here, my man. We definitely need more speed on this unit, regardless if you're using it for Rift of Worlds or for a regular, Kairos dungeons, whatever. You definitely don't want Bella Dion at 118 speed. I mean, everything that it brings, there's nothing to really argue about it. Like, defense break needs to go before your attack-based monsters. Your heals, when it's needed, is a smart heal. So, obviously, if your unit dies before Bella even gets a chance to go, I mean, that's going to hurt. So, definitely look into improving that. Resistance looks good on Colleen. Overall, amazing stats here. I wouldn't argue anything on that. Nothing to say bad about Theomars. Theomars looks good all around. Xiong Fei here, running a little bit extra defense. Good resistance. A little bit of critical rate. Not too shabby at all. Vela Jewel here. Looks like it's filling the void on a cleanser. You don't have any other cleanser here. You do have enough heals, so you can make an argument for... if you wanted to bring Kona, you can. But, I mean, obviously, your heals are good with this Garcia's team. The fact that you're using Diaz in combination with that, you're gonna be just fine mitigating that damage. Obviously, your resistance is really darn good here. I don't know if you got resistance coming on these runes here. Yeah, you have no resistance here. So hopefully down the road, since your resistance is so high, see what you can do to play around with those extra subsets. Maybe you can get a couple of extra things that can benefit you or your team. Some of those unique runes, those fight runes, those tolerance runes down the road. But overall, good stats here. Did you have anything else to point out, Sola?
I thought it was Necropolis Beladion.
Yeah, I'm guessing, but yeah, I don't.
But yeah, the big issue in his team is the speed.
Yeah.
I mean, Bella should needs more speed, Colleen needs more speed, and Bella needs more speed.
Alrighty. Whoops! I just dropped the group here real quick. Go ahead and say something in chat one more time. We're going to grab, I think, about one more person here. Then we'll be closing out the stream. Looks like Mars is actually still streaming, so that's super cool. We're going to go ahead and hang out with him here real quick. Hoot says he needs help with R5 carries. Actually, you know what? It looks like we're caught up. Cool. Awesome.
Uh,
Awesome.
there's a guy, Caesar.
Cesar to be.
Yeah, he is.
I believe we got Cesar early on, unless he said something else.
Yeah, he's in the chat. He's saying.
Okay. Now I'm pretty sure that we grabbed him already, but we'll get him real quick, and then we'll go ahead and move over. Nat5, look at Nat5. He's sitting there in chat like I need a curry. I need a curry.
I think we didn't.
Say what now?
We didn't take Caesar.
Okay. I might have.
Because I'm pretty sure there was no homunculus at all.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do him real quick. 0147 and Maurice San, thank you for the follows. Welcome to the stream. Is it worth farming for the homunculus if you need 700 energy to get them? Yeah. With regards to farming, I don't know what your take is, Sola, but I like when I get to the point where I'm like A plus. I'm gonna say A plus and up. I think that's a really good point to start, actively farming if you want to incorporate it. Should you farm it or not? It's kind of up to you. I think the fact that it's so unique and you can customize it to fit whatever you're trying to do. You can make an argument to farm it here. I personally have everything that I want, so I haven't made mine or haven't built mine. I am farming elemental rifts, but I still haven't built mine up. What's your take on homunculus? Should people go for it? Should people not?
Well, I think you have to spend a lot of resources to make him useful, because it's not only summoning the homunculus but also maxing his skills, and if you are not getting at least A plus or S, that's not good.
Right.
I mean, I would say at least S, but I understand that getting S in frequently in a very sustained way is hard. I mean, for people who could use the homunculus to have some progression in TOA or that kind of stuff, should probably not focus on getting the homunculus.
Right. Yeah, that's
because if you have issues with TOA, I don't think you can get S in every single beast. So that's it.
Right on. Thank you for the insight once again, and Sola, I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come on board with us and help us out. If you guys didn't know, he had worked all throughout the day, then broke away for a few hours to come on stream with us, and now he's going to be going back to school tonight to grind it out while making sure that the lady and everything's doing good, making sure that his community and Plex chat's doing good. So, I mean, this guy's super busy, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Well, thank you for having me here. I appreciate it, and it's a pleasure.
Not a problem, guys. So again, if you didn't see the link that I provided earlier, I'll give you the YouTube channel link up in the Twitch chat. Go ahead and utilize that there if you want to go ahead and give him a follow, check out his content. Other than that, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. We're going to be hopping on over to Mard's stream, so give me 1 second while we switch over. We'll see you guys later this week.